Alright guys, we're going to create a coffee cup that you can drink out of. Alright, so first off you're going to go and create your sketch, call it coffee cup, and you're going to sketch on the front. This is a self-paced tutorial that is in your learning center that you can, I'll show you that tomorrow. Kind of a step-by-step guide on how to do this. We're going to go sketch and we're going to select front, and we're going to trace the profile of your coffee cup. And this is just going to be a cross section with the thickness of your coffee cup at about 6 millimeters, and that also includes the bottom of your coffee cup as well. You don't want your coffee cup to be too thin or it will melt, or be too it won't hold the heat in, and when you're actually holding your coffee cup you can burn your hands. So 6 millimeters I believe is the recommended thickness on a coffee cup that's made out of plastic, and this will be made out of plastic. So make sure at one point that you cross the point of origin there in the center, and we're going to press escape to let go of the line, or you can go press the line. 3-point arc, we're going to connect that and make sure that it gives us the tangent symbol there, right there, and click OK, or click on the line. We're not going to click OK yet, so we got to do our dimensions first. Alright, so we're going to create a construction line, which is going to be our center of rotation. Just FYI, make sure that line is a little bit longer than the one I just drew there, because we're going to change the height of the coffee cup, and that thing's going to get buried. So self-paced tutorial is pretty detailed. We have to put in our diameter of our top and bottom. This is probably the trickiest part. You have to select the edge point dimension, the point on the edge, and then your construction line, and that's going to give you the diameter of the entire top of the cup. So you got to do it in that order. Well, actually not that order, but you have to select those 2 points, the line and the edge. Do the same for the bottom. You have to select the bottom point in the construction line, and that's going to give you the diameter that everything's going to rotate around. So this is constraining it to the measurements. Otherwise, it's not going to revolve correctly. It's going to have some weird outcomes. All right, so you want to make sure that you can see your numbers, so you can make sure that if you want to go back and edit this stuff, that it's easy to locate your numbers. All right, so okay, that's going to be a 100 millimeter height on your coffee cup. I don't know how many inches that is, but then we just buried our construction line. Then from there to there, I believe is it 25, 40. Okay. Then the radius, I believe, is 20 or 25. Better check. 90. I'm thinking of the pegboard that we're doing. Okay, so 90. All right, so deselect your dimension, drag the numbers down to where you can see what's going on. Just to be on the safe side, make sure those two sides are tangent. I've seen some weird things happen where you throw in measurements in and it does some weird stuff to your sketch. All right, so now we're going to we got our measurements in, so we're going to do an offset. So we're going to basically select the outer edge of our cup, do a 6 millimeter offset, and that's going to give us a 6 millimeter thickness on our coffee cup. All right, so find the offset button, and there it is. And we're going to select the bottom and the 2 segments on this side. And I think the default is 6 millimeters, but we'll have to see. And also, you can see that I'm not connected at the top, so you can stretch it out and see what the number is, and you just type in 6, and there's our measurement, and turn it off, and then drag it down to the bottom. So if you look at the top and it's not connected, that's not going to extrude or revolve correctly, so you have to fix that. So you select the end point and then the line, go to the top and pick coincident, and it's going to connect that. And then you want to check the bottom just to make sure it looks like it is, but sometimes it's not. But you can click on the show constraint and it'll show you whether or not it's connected, and that's the little constraint symbol. Looks like everything's good. So you have, this is your main sketch, and let's see here. Yeah, main sketch. And so you click on the little pencil, and it'll let you edit the name and type in main sketch. So there's the pencil, and type in main sketch. And this helps if you want to go back and change the design of your coffee cup before you print it. All right, so excuse me. Next is we're going to revolve, and so we're going to make a solid cup, and then we're going to haul it out after we put our handle on it. All right, so we're going to revolve, and we're going to pick both the inside of the face and the offset. Revolve axis is, we're missing our construction line, so we have to go back and draw in a construction line. So you have to go to main sketch, right click and edit, and that will allow us to put in our construction line and edit. Okay, so we have to reapply our construction line. No big deal. Escape to let go of the line, and then select the line again and pick construction. All right, and then click OK, and then we're going to go to create our coffee cup, our solid coffee cup. So we're going to we pick our two faces, and then we pick our revolve axis, which is the construction line. All right, so then we're going to go rename, and that's going to be renamed as coffee cup. Click on the pencil and then type in coffee cup. All right, so next part is the handle. This is the trickiest part of the sketch because we have to do a tilted plane. All right, so you turn on the let's see, the front plane, and we're going to turn on the main sketch. You want to see the main sketch, and turn that on so you can see it. So our line that's going to be our handle is going to be attached to the inner side of the cup. We want to make sure that handle is securely printed into the cup itself. So we're going to go to the inner line, and we're going to draw straight out, or not straight, kind of a diagonal, the bottom of our handle, and then we're going to create a reference point construction line because we need 2 points for our arc. And so that second line is going to be a construction line, and then we're going to do a 3-point arc. Make sure it's tangent, and you'll see the little tangent symbol. There it is. Place it, and then we, my arc is, you have to make sure it's not a construction arc. So there you go, get the tangent and place it So you get the tangent symbol there, and then we're going to look at dimensions, which is 25 and 85. So the bottom is 25 millimeters from the bottom of the cup. So if you don't have any, if you have a mistake in your connections on your main sketch, you're not going to be able to place these measurements there. It's not going to let you do it if there's a problem with your connections. All right, so that's going to be 25 and 85. So it's 85 on the very top. All right, so then that arc is 20, and that brings it down, way down. Okay. Now now we have to create a starting point for our sweeping action. So we're going to oh, this is the path. This is the path for the handle. They just call it path. Okay. So if you, oh, excuse me again. So if you want to go back and switch the path height or from the bottom or the top, then you can quickly select the path. All right. So what happened to my top? I think my Norton antivirus is coming on. All right, so now you're going to go create a plane, and you're going to, it's going to be a curve point, and you're going to select the entity, which is going to be the that line and the end point, and that's it. And so it's going to create your curved point, and then you click OK, and then on that plane that you just created, the tilted plane, you're going to create a ellipse, and it's going to be 10 by 14, and that's going to make it a little bit thicker on the width than on the depth of your handle, and that actually creates a little bit of a sturdier handle. All right, so we're going to sketch on that new tilted plane, and we're going to just do just a single ellipse. (10 by 14). Okay. All right, so sketch and select and ellipse, not a 3-point circle, and ellipse. Then you get the dimension tool, and the dimension tool is going to help you fix this. All right, so from left to right is going to be 14. That's millimeters. If you're on inches, this is not going to make sense. And then from top to bottom is going to be 10. All right. All right, so you're going to want to, first of all, deselect your dimensioning tool, or it's going to think you're trying to get a measurement. You want to select the center of that circle and the end point, and make sure your tool's turned off, any warning dialog box is turned off. So select your point and then your center of your circle, and you're going to go coincident, and then looks like you're done, and now you're going to do the sweeping tool, and then we're going to flay the edges, the top and bottom, so that the rounded off top is going to help to where you don't injure yourself while you're drinking your cup of coffee. So this is a profile, and this is what your handle is going to look like. So that's what we call the profile. It's the depth and width and you got your path already drawn in. So now we're going to go to the sweeping tool, and we're going to create our handle. And then it's important also that you, when you do this, that you merge with all. You want the handle to become part of the cup. You don't want it to be a separate print. So we're going to go sweep, and we're going to select our face, which is the, turn the coffee cup off. The face is going to be the ellipse, and then the path is going to be the two segments, the circle arc, and then the line segment. So there's your handle. Merge with all. Click on add. You're going to add and merge with all. And now we're going to hollow it out. This is a little bit trickier. That's why it's important to have your construction line above there, because our first attempt it buried it. But you see it up there. All right, so now we're going to hide our planes, and we're going to carve the middle of this out. The reason we did the middle, or carve the middle out at the end, is because we want to also carve out the any of the edges of the handles that protrude into the middle of the coffee cup. We want to carve that out as well. So that's why we're doing this last. All right, so we're going to go revolve and remove. Okay, so we're going to remove the inner face, not the offset. We're going to remove, and we're going to merge with all. Face of main sketch is going to be, I think I just deselected it. Yeah. So we're going to pick the axis, and I accidentally deselected the face, so I have to go back in and reselect the face. So turn the coffee cup off and reselect the face, and then I got merge with all and remove, and that should be it. And then turn the coffee cup back on, and then it's carved out. So then you can click OK, and there it is. There's your coffee cup. Now, obviously, you want to round off the top, so you're going to round off the inner circle and the outer circle with the fillet, and then you're going to want to round off the bottom a little bit, not too much. Select remove edges by that little gray box above R2D2 there, and then we're going to take 12 millimeters off the bottom with the fillet, and then let's see here. So tilt it up, and we're right clicking to rotate or orbit. We're going to fillet, and then we're going to go, I think it's 12 millimeters, I believe, and that should be it. If you see that arrow down there, you can also pull that arrow up and manually adjust it, and it'll adjust as you push up on the arrow. But yeah, I mean, you don't want to take too much off. 12 millimeters is enough, and then I believe the top is going to be 5 on the outside and 5 on the inside millimeters on the fillet, and you just want to round off, smooth off the top. And let's see if I didn't lose my page here. So yeah, click OK, and there's the smooth bottom of the cup. And now we have to smooth out the edges on the top, and then we'll have a nice coffee cup. So you can use the acrylic paint we have in the classroom to paint this. I'll set up the two tables up the front of the classroom to be kind of the project area. Want to make sure we don't get any paint on the floor, so maybe put a piece of the construction paper below you, just to be on the safe side. All right, so let's see here. All right, select it's just a 2 mm fillet on the inside and outside diameter of the cup there. So you can select the edge and just smooth it off a little bit. So select both edges and then go up to fillet and then put in 2 mm. There you have it. There's your cup. All right, so and remove the edges. So you want to remove the edges before you send it to me. You can export this, and I'll probably show you how to do that tomorrow because we're gonna have the printers here in a couple days. So you send me this file as an STL. I upload the STL to the printer, and then you guys can print this thing. Eventually, I will show you how to upload your own file and print it. I just have to make sure that the type of printer that I get, I haven't seen it yet, is one that I'm familiar with. They may have a Wi-Fi capability to where you can just send it straight from your computer to the printer. But I got to make sure that before you send something to the printer, you have to make sure the printer is completely cleared of any debris, because if it starts printing and there's something in the way, you can actually burn up a motor because it keeps on pushing down on whatever that object is, and if you didn't clear it out of the way, then the printer doesn't have the ability to remove that. So you have to make sure you inspect it before you print. So that's going to be a whole another day of walking through the do's and don'ts of using a 3D printer. All right, I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next video.